If your knees ache worse than they did 5 years ago, your ginger tea might be the reason. There is one specific mistake almost everyone over 60 makes when they boil ginger, and it is quietly blocking the exact compound your joints need most. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the fix. Stay with me here because those of you watching right now are probably doing everything right. You buy fresh ginger, you boil it, you drink it faithfully every morning. And yet your joints still feel tight by mid-afternoon. That is not a coincidence, and it is not your imagination. It comes down to one variable most people never think about: heat. Stay with me, because the exact protocol I'm about to walk you through in a few minutes is the part most people get wrong. It involves a specific temperature, a specific cutting method, and a specific waiting window. And skipping any one of those 3 steps can cut the joint-relieving compounds in your ginger by more than half. I'll give you the full step-by-step in a moment. But first, if you're over 60 watching this, you need to understand exactly why your joints have become more reactive to inflammation than they were in your 30s or 40s. Because the ginger fix only works once you understand the enemy it's fighting. Here's what's actually happening inside your joints right now. Every joint in your body is cushioned by something called synovial fluid. Think of it as the oil in a hinge. It reduces friction between bones and feeds your cartilage the nutrients it needs to repair itself overnight. But after 60, your body produces less of this fluid. Cartilage becomes thinner. And every step, every stair, every time you get up from a chair creates just a little more friction than it used to. That friction triggers something called low-grade chronic inflammation. Not the kind you feel right away. It's the kind that builds silently, week after week, until one morning you wake up and your knees, well, they simply don't move the way they used to. This is why joint pain after 60 rarely announces itself. It creeps in. And by the time you notice it, the inflammation has often been active for months, sometimes even years. If you're nodding along right now, you already know the symptoms: morning stiffness that takes about 20 minutes to work out, a dull ache that shows up by 3 p.m., stairs that used to be effortless and now, well, they require a hand on the railing. This is not just getting older. It is a specific, measurable shift in joint chemistry. And it is exactly why the compound in ginger matters so much for people your age. But before I get to how ginger fights this, you need to understand the one habit that is actively working against you. Because for most people, it happens every single morning, right in their own kitchen. Here is the enemy: high heat. Ginger's main joint-supporting compound is called Gingerol. It's a natural anti-inflammatory oil that works by calming the same inflammatory pathways that flare up in aging joints. The problem is that Gingerol is heat-sensitive. When ginger is dropped into water that is already at a rolling boil, that oil begins breaking down almost immediately. Within just a few minutes of aggressive boiling, a significant portion of it has already converted into weaker, less active compounds. So you are still drinking ginger tea. But, you are drinking a diluted version of what your joints actually need. This is not about ginger being ineffective. Actually, ginger has one of the strongest research profiles of any kitchen ingredient for inflammation. The issue is entirely in how most people prepare it. There is a second mistake stacked on top of the first one, and it involves timing. Specifically, how long the ginger sits in the water before you drink it. I'll walk you through the exact fix for both of these in the protocol coming up. But those of you watching right now should know this isn't only about temperature. It's also about when you drink it relative to your meals, which changes how much of that compound your body actually absorbs. Here's a quick honest note before we go further. A lot of people ask me which ginger supplements are safe once daily fresh preparation becomes inconvenient, especially when traveling. The short answer is that not all ginger extracts are standardized the same way, so if you ever switch to a supplement, look for one that lists its gingerol percentage on the label, rather than just ginger root powder. That single detail tells you whether you're getting a therapeutic dose or mostly filler. Now back to the kitchen method, because for most of you, fresh is still the better and cheaper option. So to summarize, the enemy: boiling water that's too hot, steeping for the wrong amount of time, and drinking it at the wrong point in your day. Fix all three, and you unlock far more of what ginger was already capable of doing. So the solution here is not some new ingredient. It's not an exotic supplement either. It's actually the same ginger root you probably already have in your kitchen, just prepared in a way that protects the compound instead of, destroying it. The core principle is pretty simple. Use gentle, controlled heat instead of a rolling boil, and combine that with a longer, slower steep. This single change allows far more gingerol to survive the preparation process intact, which means more of it actually reaches your bloodstream and eventually your joints. If you're over 60 and watching this matters even more for you specifically, because your body already has a harder time absorbing nutrients efficiently than it did, say, a few decades ago. You really can't afford to lose half the benefit before the ginger even reaches your cup. There is also a second layer to this solution that, honestly, most people skip entirely. Pairing. Certain everyday additions can help your body use gingerol more efficiently once it's in your system. I'll name the exact one in the protocol, because, well, the amount matters just as much as the ingredient itself. Now let's get into exactly how to do this, step by step, starting today. Here is the full protocol. Write this down, or just come back to this section whenever you need it. Step 1. Choose and slice your ginger correctly. Use 1 to 2 inches of fresh ginger root, not powder. Slice it into thin rounds, about 1/8 of an inch thick. Thin slices expose more surface area, which helps the compound release into the water without needing extreme heat. Step 2. Heat your water to the right temperature, not a boil. Heat 2 cups of water until small bubbles form along the bottom of the pot, around 180 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. This is well below a rolling boil. If you don't have a thermometer, just pull the water off the heat right when you see the first steady stream of tiny bubbles rising. Step 3. Add the ginger and cover it. This is the step almost everyone skips. Drop the sliced ginger into the hot water, then immediately cover the pot with a lid. Covering it traps the volatile compounds that would otherwise evaporate out as steam. Let it steep, covered, for exactly 12 minutes. Step 4. Add a pinch of black pepper. This is the pairing I mentioned earlier. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which research suggests may help your body absorb and use gingerol more effectively. 1 small pinch, added after steeping, is enough. You are not trying to make it spicy. Step 5. Strain and drink it at the right time. Go ahead and strain out the ginger slices. You should drink your tea about 20 to 30 minutes before a meal, not right after eating. This timing, allows the compound to begin working before your digestive system is busy with food. Step 6. Repeat this once daily, ideally in the morning. Consistency, honestly, matters more than intensity here. Just 1 properly prepared cup each morning for at least 3 to 4 weeks is what gives the anti-inflammatory effect a chance to build up gradually in your system. So that's the full method. Use 1 to 2 inches of fresh ginger, sliced thin. Heat your water to around 180 to 190 degrees, but never let it reach a full boil. Cover and let it steep for 12 minutes. Add a pinch of black pepper. Then, strain and drink it 20 to 30 minutes before a meal. Repeat this daily for 3 to 4 weeks. Those 6 steps, really, are the entire difference between ginger tea that doesn't do much and ginger tea that actually reaches your joints the way it's supposed to. If you've been drinking ginger tea for years and still feel that afternoon stiffness, well, it likely was never about the ginger. It was about the preparation. Try this exact method for the next month and pay close attention to how your joints feel by week 3. I want to hear from you directly. What time of day do you currently drink your ginger tea? And are you willing to try switching it to before a meal instead of after? Tell me in the comments below. And if this helped you, subscribe for more natural methods designed specifically for people over 60, and share this with someone in your life who's been fighting the same stiffness you have. Alright, let's talk about what you can really expect, in terms of results and timing. It's important to set the right expectations so you don't get discouraged along the way. Now, before you go make your first cup, those of you watching right now should know what a realistic timeline actually looks like. This is not an overnight fix, and anyone who tells you it is has not been honest with you. In the first week, most people notice very little. That is normal. You are not failing at this. Your body simply needs time to build up the anti-inflammatory effect gradually. By week 2, many people report slightly less morning stiffness, maybe a few extra minutes shaved off that stiff, slow start to the day. By week 3 or 4, the difference tends to become noticeable enough that other people start to comment on how you're moving. A friend mentions you took the stairs without pausing, or a spouse notices you're not wincing when you stand up from the couch. But here is the mistake that quietly ruins this protocol for a lot of people: switching methods too soon. If you don't feel a dramatic difference in the first 5 days, resist the urge to double the dose, boil it longer, or add extra ginger to speed things up. More heat and more quantity will not accelerate this process. It will only push you right back into the same degradation problem we just spent this entire video fixing. Patience is part of the protocol, not a footnote to it. Before you get started, it's important to make sure your workspace is clean and your ingredients are fresh. Always wash your hands thoroughly and use clean utensils and containers. If you're using fresh ginger, peel it just before use to keep all those good compounds intact. And remember, if you have any allergies or sensitivities, double-check your ingredients. Safety first means you get all the benefits without any surprises. There is a second mistake worth naming here, and it trips up even people who get the temperature and timing exactly right. Some people prepare a large batch on Sunday and refrigerate it for the entire week to save time. That is convenient, but it is not ideal. Gingerol continues to degrade slowly, even in the refrigerator, so a cup made on day 5 will be noticeably weaker than a cup made fresh that same morning. If your schedule genuinely doesn't allow daily preparation, batch no more than 2 to 3 days at a time, and store it in a sealed glass container rather than plastic, which can also affect the compound over time. One more thing, and this one matters, especially if you're over 60 watching this and currently taking blood thinners or blood pressure medication. Ginger can interact with both. This protocol uses a modest, food-level amount of ginger, which is generally well tolerated by most people. But this is exactly the kind of daily habit worth mentioning to your doctor or pharmacist first, especially if you plan to keep this up long-term rather than trying it once and stopping. Once you've cleared that conversation and settled into the rhythm of it, this becomes one of the simplest daily habits you can build into your morning. No new shopping list. No expensive bottle with a label you can't pronounce sitting in your cabinet. No subscription. Just ginger, water, and a single pinch of pepper, prepared the right way instead of the fast way. 5 minutes of effort for a compound your joints have been missing out on for years.